sibling jealousy. Now, that's a big one, right? It is a big one, but I feel like we need to talk about it because if we being ourselves, there is some individuals out there that maybe have gone through this situation with their sibling and they want to maybe try to figure out how to overcome it. But let's just talk about it, right? So we come so close together as brother and sister that maybe, and maybe it's just in my head, but I think maybe you can confirm it. But sibling jealousy. How can individuals deal with sibling jealousy? Because, like I said, people have been mad that we have come so close together that maybe they feel excluded from either our travel plans or our conversations that we have, or they just be in their feelings altogether because, but sibling jealousy. Let's talk about
I
it.
think is sometimes people can get upset if I take your side or you take my side. But for me, it's like, what do you really expect when you have two people who act and think similarly? So, and I use this just in life. So, not that our relationship is very corporate, but your mindset is about future things, how to make things better, what process is this, how to plan that. And so we are pretty much aligned and we think similarly, right?
Right.
So I don't just do things on a whim just because someone wants me to if it does not make logical sense,
Right.
right? So it could just be the fact of, oh, I don't even know why you gonna call and ask her that because you know she gonna take his side because that's could be what it is. Or they didn't ask me to go on vacation, or she didn't fly down here and see me while she was here, or he flew all the way up there to see her, but he never offers to come fly and see me. I
Right.
mean, let's it could be a variation of things. You could or could not be overreacting. I will tell you from me, if I'm talking to you
Mm.
and you happen to be talking to someone else and you know that I'm there and I say hello to you, like if you're on the phone and I say hello to you, to whoever you're talking to, and that person doesn't say hello back, I'm going to be like, okay, what's going on there? Like, you didn't hear me speak to you type of thing.
Right.
But I'm not going to stress about it. Now, do I hold grudges? I do. You know this, I know this, but I get over it eventually. And then once I'm over it and I'm past it, that's it. I don't want to talk about it again.
Right.
So if a person or a sibling or just is just in life, if a person has a problem, you address the problem and then you move on. Because I'm not going to keep dwelling on what happened in the past. That's just my personal opinion.
Right. And I also say that the sibling jealousy that may or may not occur in our current situation is that it's not one that we actually like intentionally made happen. Like I don't think that we did anything to be like, hey, you guys should be jealous of us. Like the effort that me and you put in was kind of like, and this is in general. Let me just go back in general, right? So if you have a sibling and you guys are putting in the same amount of effort to stay in touch with each other, to communicate, to see each other and stuff like that, it probably will blossom into a great relationship. But then you have some family members or just siblings in general that it's kind of very one sided. Like you always reaching out, but I never reach out to you. You always text me how am I doing, but I never text you how you doing. So why would that sibling relationship blossom if it's just very one sided? I think with us that because we both stayed engaged the whole time, very effortless, it blossomed well. But there are sibling situations out there where, hey, Chaz is testing me, but I'm not replicating the same type of energy that she is. So one day she's just gonna get tired of texting me and then she's just gonna stop. So that kind of what happens a lot in these sibling situations where it's very one sided. But if it's both sided and both siblings are doing what they're supposed to do and to stay engaged with each other, it's going to go out pretty well. But to overcome maybe like a sibling jealousy, like you said, maybe it's just to have a conversation about it and to really confirm if that really is the case. And if it is, talk it out, figure it out. What else you guys need to do
Or
better,
not,
or
or not,
or
and
not,
move on.
or
Because
not.
some relationships can prove to be toxic. Thank God ours isn't. But you might have those people that you can't. They are not the same as you. And it's not to say whether you're better or not, but if you are just generally complete and total polar opposites, then opposites, they stray away from each other. You pretty much have to just be like, you acknowledge that that's your sibling, but you really might not could really fool with them like that, because who knows, they might be crazy.
Right. And that's a
I don't
great
want that.
example because not just like not in our family, but just in families in general, you have those siblings hierarchy where you have the one sibling who went to college, and then you had that one sibling who was a dropout, and they don't necessarily get together or like really be one because their paths are so different. Like this one went out to college, this one dropped out of high school, and maybe the one that dropped out of high school might be jealous of the one that actually went to college, but they can't really hang out together because their mindset is so different, and that
Yeah, and
happens a lot.
they might hang out in different type of circles, hang out with different
Yeah,
type of people, and that's with any family, ours, everybody else's. It's no different. It's life.
yeah,
It's real life stuff.
yeah. I mean, luckily he has so many kids. You couldn't probably expect for all of us to really be so close together. I mean, that's kind of impossible because, like I said, we come from different backgrounds, we come from different circumstances and stuff like that. I mean, are we cordial towards each other? Sure, absolutely. But I think when I think about it, and again, this is just in general, but when you have a big family like that, you're going to have maybe two or three that are really, really connected, that are really, really locked in with each other because they align so much. So I think that's
Hmm.
kind of was the case with us a little bit, the way we align mentally and a lot of the different ways of where we just really connected because we're there.
Yeah,
We
we're
had
in
the
the
same
same page.
paths.
Yeah, same level, playing fields, and we, like I said, we think alike. But yeah, I mean, it's been real. It's been great. I like it.
It is. So I mean, if you out there struggling with sibling jealousy, maybe just talk it out a little bit. Maybe figure out what the real issue is and see if you guys can really get over that hump and see what can be done to maybe improve that relationship. Because at the end of the day, your siblings is all that you really have after your parents do whatever they do and stuff like that. So if something was to happen to her, I don't. It'll happen to both of us.
Yeah, we're
So
not
when
gonna
she
talk.
leaves, I'm leaving.
No, you're not.
I'm leaving.
Anyway.